Tonight, concerns fester over keeping prisons safe for staff and inmates in Wisconsin. And pay by phone, an update to Beloit buses that'll make traveling there easier. And details on the new liquor laws affecting wedding barns. Our Will Keneally has the story. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 5. We begin our newscast with breaking news. Right now, officials are searching for a missing 12-year-old who hasn't been seen now for more than a week. Danielle Noble was last seen in Madison last Tuesday, described as being 5 feet tall, about 156 pounds, brown eyes, black hair. Authorities warn she may be traveling out of state. Time now to get a look at our first warned forecast on this beautiful mid-November day. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti out on the patio.
That's what you can see without a jacket out here. That's how nice it is. And temperatures are going to be mild for one more day, and then after that, a big change. You can see a visible cloud track. Very little in the way of cloudiness anywhere across the Midwest right now. Skies are clear here. Probably see a few more clouds later on tonight. Doppler track. Not a flake of snow or a drop of rain anywhere around. That's also a good sign. Low temperatures this morning, not as cold as they were the previous night. We dropped to 39 in Madison. You can see down in the Wisconsin River Valley, Boscobel and Lone Rock dropped to 32. Most other areas were in the upper 30s to lower 40s. And current temperatures are well into the 50s through most of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures were around 60 near the Mississippi River here in Dane County right now. Madison at 52 degrees, 56 degrees in Middleton, and right now 60 degrees in Oregon. Look for skies to be mostly clear this evening. Temperatures will drop off into the lower 40s, but then probably hold steady after about 10 p.m. Later on, I'll take a look at how warm it'll get tomorrow and how cold it'll be on Friday.
Gary, thank you. Protesters gathered outside the Wisconsin Department of Corrections building today, calling for an end to lockdowns at several state-run prisons. The demonstration comes after an announcement this week from the governor saying changes are being made. Our Kyle Pazorski joins us now with what protesters told us they're looking for here. Kyle?
The governor said yesterday that sweeping measures are being made to help ensure the safety of staff and inmates at state prisons. It follows a federal lawsuit alleging horrible living conditions at the Waupun and Green Bay facilities. Today's protest was planned before Tuesday's announcement, but the people I spoke with say the governor needs to follow through on prior promises before making new ones.
When do we want it? Now!
Organizers of Wednesday's End the Lockdowns protest say they are demanding change from the top down to Wisconsin's prison system.
The governor and the Department of Corrections said 5 years ago that they would diligently work to reduce the prison population. We know those opportunities exist.
On top of calling for an end to the lockdowns, they're asking for change in the form of expanding earned release programs and getting additional support to inmates facing mental health crises. It's change the governor says is already in the process of being done. On Tuesday, Evers easing the lockdowns. This after meeting with corrections staff last week. Still, concerns continue.
This is a state of emergency.
James Morgan was one of 7 who delivered remarks Wednesday morning. I met up with him afterwards to hear what he hopes will come from state officials.
I'm not in a position of hope. I'm in a position of action. We have to begin to wake up, okay? Not be woke, but to wake up and address the realities of what's happening in our state, in our various cities around this state.
This year, 3 people have died in Wisconsin prisons. One of them, Megan Cobb's father, dying from suicide.
I mean, that's why my sign says, how many deaths will it take? My dad was the first. Like, it should have ended there.
Cobb blames her father's death on the lockdowns. The Department of Corrections says the lockdowns were put in place this year to alleviate staffing concerns. The governor says those staffing problems were in place before he took office.
Kyle, thank you. The city of Madison has a new budget. The Common Council voting in its favor early this morning. After hours of deliberation, there was an overwhelming 18 yays to just 2 nays.
Thank you not only to finance staff, but to all of our agencies who work starting in March to put their budgets together and spend not only hours and hours to do that work, but then do multiple presentations to my budget team.
Now, one of the main takeaways from the budget is an investment in local programs. This includes more resources for the CARES program, which deals with nonviolent mental health situations. The city will be also hiring a public information officer to help engage and respond to residents about city services. Also, more local and federal funding for the Lake Monona waterfront and John Nolan bridges. The mayor says there will be continued investment in the city's bus rapid transit system with funding to construct a new north-south line. The city will also provide about $95 million over 6 years to increase Madison Madison's affordable housing fund, and there will be further investment in clean energy with tax credits from the Inflation Reduction Act. After Mayor Rhodes Conway thanked the council, she said, quote, "The city's budget process is never easy, and there are always more community needs and more good ideas than funding can support." She went on to blame the state legislature for limiting the amount of money they can raise. Big plans announced in Beloit today. The transit system there launching a mobile app to make paying for and planning your rides easier. It's something only 2 other places in Wisconsin have done so far. Rock County reporter Maddie Heim spent the day in Beloit finding out what it means for bus riders. Maddie?
The WISC-Go app is meant to streamline the process of using public transportation and is something that's worked well in Milwaukee and Waukesha counties. Bus drivers in Beloit see the promise too, although some have concerns about how reliable it'll be.
We're introducing the new technology that's come out that's working fantastic in Milwaukee and Waukesha, and we want to be part of that.
The WISC-Go app is launching in Beloit next spring, allowing commuters to track their buses, plan their routes, view their travel history, and pay their fares without needing cash. I caught one bus driver as he was loading up for his next route and asked if he saw the mobile app making a difference.
Would make life more easier for most passengers, or all passengers.
Some drivers, however, have reservations about the efficiency of the new system.
Internet right now doesn't work that well on the buses. I'm hoping in time it will do a lot better than what it does now for the internet.
WISC-Go is a program within the UMO Mobility app. It can be downloaded from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Travelers can use it not only for city buses, but for streetcars and ride shares as well. Officials call it an all-in-one transportation hub. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley says it's made regional mobility in his part of the state more convenient and accessible. He sees that translating to southern Wisconsin, too.
Is it going to be easier for these customers? Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a lot easier for them.
Officials say paying with paper will still be an option, but they're hopeful that the WISC-Go app will be the most seamless and popular method.
Maddie, thank you. A new study from the UW-Madison School of Medicine and Public Health finds a possible connection between past military service and Alzheimer's disease. The research found that the donated brains of men who were veterans had a 26% greater chance of holding hallmark signs of the disease than men who did not serve in the military. This study is the first to make that connection, and UW says it is still researching why it exists.
You can imagine that there's stuff going on during the military service itself, but then also exposures or differences in life before and after service that are likely contributing to risk. So we really need to think about teasing out the specific pathways that lead to the greatest risks.
As for what's next, researchers say partnering with other Alzheimer's research centers will be a key step in further findings, especially when it comes to female veterans. Operators of wedding barns in Wisconsin are wondering what's next after lawmakers approve a requirement that the facilities have liquor licenses. Will Keneally spoke with several of them this week about what it could mean for their livelihoods.
If you haven't been to one of these wedding barn facilities before, it can be kind of a unique opportunity where you can get married right behind this oak tree behind me, to inside the barn next door with a dance floor right here. But under a bill that passed the state legislature last night, that could change for many Wisconsinites.
The bill would require special event venues like wedding barns to get liquor licenses or a non-alcohol license that would limit them to only holding 6 events per year. Owners of wedding barns in Wisconsin have fought against the requirements for years, saying that the rules could harm their businesses or even force them to close their doors. And it's not just the fact that it was passed that has some upset, but the way it moved forward in a last-minute amendment.
We just got word that a bill that we've been dealing with since May is being kind of snuck into another bill. It makes us feel that they're, basically trying to avoid having us be able to say again and have any say in it.
Now that the Assembly and Senate have passed the bill, it will go to Governor Tony Evers, who will have to decide whether to sign it.
Reporting from Cottage Grove, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
The holiday season quickly approaching. With the holidays comes the busiest season for our local food pantries. Dane County leaders are out showing their support for those pantries today. County Executive Joe Parisi announced an additional $1.7 million in funding going to Second Harvest Food Bank, bringing the total to over $6 million this year that they will use to address local food insecurity.
We can't stress enough the challenges that our neighbors are experiencing right now, and we need to be there to help folks. We have some of the folks with us are folks who work at the pantries, who work at Second Harvest, who see this every day and who work hard every day.
The funds will be distributed by Second Harvest to local food pantries, farmers, and producers throughout Dane County. Community leaders unveiled 2 new sculptures in Madison today, located on South Pinckney Street, flanking a pedestrian crosswalk on a new median. The Madison Arts Commission asked Minnesota-based metal artist Sunji Min to create the sculptures. Min says the reflective interior of the arcs were inspired by sunlight reflecting on water. Ahead, a host of health news, what the World Health Organization is doing about the loneliness epidemic, and a highly anticipated meeting between 2 countries fraught with tension. Details on President Biden's meeting with Chinese leader Xi Jinping in California. It's next on News 3 Now at 5. And a quick check of the markets, midweek trading. The Dow surging 163.5 points at the closing bell. The Nasdaq up a modest 9.5. The S&P 500 adds about 7. We'll be right back.
The best doorbusters deals of the year are available now at Ashley. Save as much as 68% store-wide and find clearance and overstock items throughout the store at huge discounts while they last. Plus 72-month special financing. Only at Ashley.
Progress means producing renewable fuels for trucks on the road today. We're partnering with farmers to develop these fuels using everything from plant byproducts to cow manure. And then using those fuels to help lower the life cycle carbon intensity of the transportation industry. Driving the world forward today while forging new roads to the future. That's energy in progress.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $269 a month. Or get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models.
You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it, you want some ice time, a nice time, so good you post it twice time. You want some cheer, now I'll show you where you gotta be. Tell you who you gotta see, ooh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Enjoy the magic of the North Pole, just east of O'Hare, with miles of memories waiting to be made. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont it.
Here we go. I knew I could do it. I just had to take the first step.
Hey, how's it going? Marcus, my boy. Welcome to my humble abode. Nice to meet you.
When Marcus came to my door, it was my chance to give someone a safe place to stay for a little while.
When you open your heart and home through foster parenting, you're helping the teen write new chapters, which can positively impact the teen for the rest of their life.
Be part of the story.
For more information about becoming a foster parent, contact Children's Wisconsin.
The best doorbuster deals of the year are available now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get this washer and dryer pair for just $8.99. This gas range at just $8 a month, plus 72 months special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
We're just asking to allow us to remain in business.
New liquor laws are putting wedding barn owners in a squeeze. We examine how the requirements could close down some of those scenic venues. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays from 4:30 to 7. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Former President Donald Trump is asking for a mistrial in his civil fraud case in New York. His defense team filed a motion today alleging overwhelming judicial bias by Judge Arthur Engoron. The Trump lawyers argue the judge has made comments they allege show bias and has also made rulings unfair to their client. Trump has already been fined twice for violating a gag order in the case. The judge has already signaled he will deny the motion. The world watched as President Biden sat down with China's president for a meeting outside San Francisco. Skylar Henry reports on the summit and what's at stake.
The two leaders greeted each other with a warm handshake. Presidents Biden and Xi Jinping face to face for the first time in a year.
Mr. President, we know each other for a long time. We haven't always agreed, which was not a surprise to anyone. but our meetings have always been candid, straightforward, and useful.
Meeting outside San Francisco, President Biden was hoping for an agreement to crack down on fentanyl and, central to his agenda, reestablishing military-to-military communication. China cut off those channels last year after Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan while she was Speaker of the House. President Xi said the relationship between the countries has never been smooth sailing, but that turning their backs is not an option.
It is unrealistic for one side to remodel the other, and conflict and confrontation has unbearable consequences for both sides.
The U.S. went into the meeting hoping to ease tension between the two superpowers and to signal to the world that although they're rivals, they're not looking for conflict. The meeting comes as tensions spike over the wars in Ukraine and Gaza.
I value our conversation because I think it's paramount that you and I understand each other clearly, leader to leader, with no misconceptions or miscommunication.
The White House said President Biden had a list of sticky topics for his Chinese counterpart, including human rights and trade, and promised he would confront where confrontation is needed. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
A new study suggests microplastics could influence the weather. Fragments of plastic waste have already been found in our drinking water, food, air, and even in our bodies, but now microplastics are showing up in cloud samples. In a new study, researchers report finding microplastics in the sky above a mountaintop in China. Researchers found these microplastics could actually play a role in cloud formation. The authors of the study say further research is needed. A look now at your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary.
Eric, I hope you enjoyed today. We got one more nice day tomorrow, temperature-wise, but then we'll turn sharply colder after that. 3 things you need to know. We got that last mild day tomorrow with high temperatures in the middle 60s. Then we turn sharply colder. Those temperatures drop by about 20 degrees from Thursday afternoon into Friday afternoon. And while temperatures will be seasonal this weekend with highs right around 50, it'll be even colder as we head into next week with high temperatures probably only in the low to mid 30s by the time we hit the Thanksgiving holiday. As we take a look at high temperatures so far today, these are unofficial. Madison 62, Milwaukee 65. Not records. In fact, the record for Madison today 68 degrees. But still unseasonably mild by about 20 degrees through most of the upper Midwest. However, there is some colder air to the north and west. Got about 24 hours before it starts to reach us. And you can see on Doppler track, no rain, no snow anywhere. Again, the air is very dry. And even over the next 10 days, look at future track, showing less than 1/10 of an inch of rain in some areas, not seeing any precipitation at all across central Wisconsin, which is good news because at the end of that 10-day period, of course, you've got Thanksgiving and the busy travel period. And as far as snow is concerned, there could be some lake effect snows, especially up in upper Michigan. Lake effect snow machine starts to kick on from Lake Superior as that colder air starts to move in and the lake waters stay relatively warm. There also could be a weather system passing to the south that could bring some very minor snow accumulations across northern Illinois. But again, that is through next weekend. As we look at weather track right now, not much in the way of clouds across Wisconsin. We have some cirrus clouds. They're forerunners of the next weather system out to the west. Notice the jet stream, though, coming in from the southwest. So that's bringing in that mild air. But up to the north, the polar jet stream is starting to turn more northwesterly. That's a sign that we're going to start turning colder as we head into the latter part of this week. But in the short term, things look pretty quiet around here. And temperatures have dropped to 50 in Madison, 52 in Dubuque, 40s in the northern portion of the state. But notice the winds are just pretty light around here. Out to the west, those winds are more out of the south. And take a look at those temperatures. They jump right back up into the mid to upper 50s. Compared to 24 hours ago, our temperatures are actually down a little bit. But the warmer air is still waiting in the wings to the north and west. So we're looking for high temperatures tomorrow to be a couple of degrees warmer than today. In fact, planning your night, skies should be mostly clear by 9 p.m. Temperatures already in the lower 40s, but watch how they just stay over, almost steady overnight because of the winds out of the south. So by midnight, right around 42. By 3 a.m., start to see some of that cloud cover move in from the west. Temperatures in the lower 40s, but by early tomorrow morning, probably in the middle 40s. And as we check out planning your night across Dane County, low 44 Oregon, 43 in Mount Vernon, 42 degrees in Marshall. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 49 for the low in La Crosse, 39 in Wautoma, and 42 in Watertown. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny in the morning. Then it'll turn mostly cloudy, windy, and very mild. High temperature in Madison, 64 degrees. Record high for tomorrow is 70, so I don't think we'll do that. But future track beginning early on Friday morning. Notice the wind shift as that cold front comes through. Could generate a couple of very light showers, but notice how those temperatures drop. By early on Friday morning, they're down into the middle 30s, and we'll look for highs on Friday only in the middle 40s. These first warn 7 to 10 day forecast around 50 with lots of sunshine for the weekend. Some shower chances as we head into Monday, maybe mixing with a little snow Monday night into Tuesday morning. And look at the drop in temperatures as we head toward Thanksgiving. Highs only lower 30s for Thanksgiving. Maybe a couple of flurries from Black Friday afternoon into the following weekend, but again, should not mount to very much around here. As we check out our first warn traffic right now, we're seeing some delays on the Beltline. The usual delays around Monona Drive back toward Park Street, a little bit of a delay toward Verona Road. I-39, 90, 94 on the east side of Madison, no problems there. Right now, a 21-minute trip eastbound between University Avenue and the interstate, 15 minutes back in the westbound direction, 20 minutes from Sun Prairie into downtown. Same trip outbound will take you 19 minutes. US 12 Middleton to Sauk City is 16 minutes, and the Beltline to Janesville on I-39, 90 takes you 23 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. And if you're cooking a big meal on Thanksgiving but haven't gone shopping yet, there could be just a little bit of sticker shock. That and more next on News 3 Now at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Menards 11% sale ends Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss out. Protect your home against the elements with quad window, door, and siding sealant. Its all-season formula provides superior caulking performance and strong adhesion. Get a 10-ounce tube for $5.99 after rebate. Update your home with new flooring with Great Lakes Vinyl Plank. It's durable, waterproof, easy to install, and features an attached pad for comfort. Traverse is just $3.49 per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back to Sam's Hot Takes. What's hot now? Spectrum One Stream. It's internet, unlimited mobile, advanced Wi-Fi, and this Xumo Stream Box free with Spectrum TV. It makes searching for shows and movies across live TV and streaming apps easy. It's streaming simplified.
Get internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Plus add Spectrum TV and get a free Xumo Stream Box for 12 months. Call 833-788-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a Spectrum store today.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with iCare's dual eligible special needs plans. Our members get $1,800 per year with a card that's loaded monthly to pay for items such as eligible groceries, over-the-counter items, rent, and utilities. Whatever you don't spend carries over each month. Call us today, and a licensed sales agent will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It means we're committed to seeking justice for those injured by someone else's negligence. It means standing up to the insurance company, helping you with your medical bills, and getting you fully compensated for lost time at work. Have questions? When you contact Lawton Cates, there's no charge for our initial consultation, and there's never a fee until we deliver the results you deserve. At Lawton Cates, your life counts. Call today.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
In health news today, loneliness is now a global health priority. The World Health Organization launched a new commission on social connection. That's to address the pressing health threat. Research shows that lonely people face a higher risk of dying early. Lack of certain types of social connection has been linked with poor mental and physical health, including cognitive decline, poor immune function, and cardiovascular problems. Suicide rates in the U.S. are highest among elderly men and most involve guns. That's according to the CDC. In 2021, there were nearly 56 suicide deaths for every 100,000 men ages 85 and older. Depression, disease, disability, and disconnection were major contributing factors. Firearms accounted for at least 3/4 of suicides among men 65 and older. The overall suicide rate in the U.S. spiked in 2021, reversing 2 years of decline. In consumer news, retail spending dropped last month for the first time since March. Sales fell 0.1% in October from the prior month. That's according to the Commerce Department. And while big ticket items like cars and furniture dropped off, Americans kept spending at restaurants and supermarkets. Economists say that's a potential sign of a slowing economy. Consumers are being squeezed a bit by borrowing costs as interest rates reach a 22-year high. If you're in charge of grocery shopping for your Thanksgiving meal, you may notice some higher food prices. Danya Backus has some tips on how you can save.
Forklifts full of turkeys are showing up at grocery stores, including Handy's Market in Burbank. Christine Tota is buying turkey for her family and also plans to donate.
I try to get a couple extra for the food banks. So, whatever I make, I try to make another one for, somebody else.
And there is good news. Prices are cheaper this year. The American Farm Bureau Federation says a classic Thanksgiving dinner for 10, including a 16-pound turkey, sides, and dessert, costs just over $61. That's actually down 4.5% from 2022. The biggest reason why is an improved turkey supply. But even with the relief, this year's prices are still way above pre-pandemic levels.
We're still up 25% compared to the same meal in 2019.
With many Americans looking to cut costs, several retailers are offering discounts on a variety of foods this holiday. Walmart is offering a meal with the basics for under $30, and Target is selling a similar feast for as little as $25. Many canned items, including pumpkin filling and cranberry sauce, have gone up in price. But according to a Wells Fargo report, there are deals in the produce aisle, including fresh cranberries.
Fresh fruits and vegetables are actually at or below last year's prices right now in general.
And good news for dessert lovers. The cream used to make whipped cream is down about 23% from last year. A sweet way to top off the holiday. Danya Backus, CBS News, Burbank, California.
And we'll be back with a final check of your First Warn forecast.
Get the best deals of the season on a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses relieve pressure points and support the body as no other mattress can. And right now, you can save up to $500 on adjustable base sets. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Queen sets start at just $42 per month when you use 72-month financing. Hurry in, this deal won't last long. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Thanksgiving, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick Pen with your order. The Quick Stick Pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Over the years, the attorneys at Habish, & Rotier have handled numerous cases involving the design and relative safety of child car seats. Because of this litigation, manufacturers have been forced to make these seats safer. We helped change the industry, and our most precious cargo can now travel more safely. The skill expended to achieve this result is the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
We've got a lot of news coming up. Our interview with Dolly Parton. We talk about her first ever rock album and the meaning behind one of her new original songs. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And coming up on News 3 Now at 6, political reporter Will Keneally takes a deeper dive into a newly approved requirement that facilities have liquor licenses, and it's wedding barn owners that we're talking about here will have their reaction. Let's get to Gary, but first we're going to talk about the 97th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Hard to imagine with this weather that Thanksgiving's almost here. New York City, of course, preparing for the big event. There will be several new floats this year, including Mutant Mayhem and the deliciously delectable World of Wonka. The Good Burger Mobile will also make an appearance to promote the new film Good Burger 2. Organizers say this year's parade will feature 26 floats, 16 of those giant character balloons, and of course the traditional marching bands and much more. So maybe one more day.
Will Santa be there?
I don't know, probably. He's getting ready, but it's hard. It's just, with these warm temps, it's hard to imagine what time of year it is.
Take a look at these high temperatures. Does this look like November? 62 Madison, 64 in Janesville. These are unofficial, but I mean, everybody was in the 60s. Current temperatures have cooled off. We're down to 50 in Madison. A few places are in the 40s, but these temperatures will probably drop into the lower 40s overnight and stay nearly steady. Right now, it's still 50 degrees in Cross Plains.
All right, we're back in 30 for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.